Today I'm going to talk about tree traversals. The idea behind traversal is to just visit all of the nodes in a tree in some order. We have pre-order traversal or VLR, which means visit, go to the left, go to the right. In-order traversal or LVR, which means go to the left, visit, go to the right. Post-order traversal, which is LRV, which means go to the left, go to the right, then visit. In this video, we're gonna show you how to do a post-order traversal on a tree, but pre-order traversal and in-order traversal are pretty similar to post-order, so I'm pretty sure that you can do it on your own. As you remember, we also called the post-order traversal LRV, which means go to the left, go to the right, and then visit the node. So here, to do a post-order traversal, we need to put the letters LRV on top of each node. Now, the first thing that we do, we start from the root of the tree to visit the nodes. So when we look at node 10, we see that LRV is not highlighted. So the first thing that we see, it's going to be the letter L. So we're going to go to the left of node 10. So to the left of node 10 is the subtree with the root 5. So we're going to go to the left subtree of 10. So left subtree of 10, as we said, has root 5, and the root 5 says to also go to the left. So we're going to go to the left of node 5. So to the left of node 5 is node negative 5. And node negative 5 is also telling us to go to the left. But we don't have a subtree to the left of negative 5, so we're gonna now go to the next letter in our sequence. So next letter is R, so we're gonna go to the right of subtree of negative 5. But as you see, we don't have a right subtree, so we're gonna go to the next letter in the sequence. The next letter in the sequence tells us to visit, so we're gonna visit node negative 5 and put it in our visited list. Because all of the letters are highlighted right now, we're gonna go to the node that called node negative 5. So we're gonna go back to the node 5. So when we look at node 5, we see that L has been already highlighted. So the next thing that is gonna be executed is gonna be R. So we're gonna execute R. So R tells us to go to the right subtree of 5. We go to the right subtree of 5. We see that node 0 tells us to go to the left, but we don't have a left subtree. Then we're gonna go to the next letter in the sequence, which is R. So R tells us to go to the right subtree of 0, but we don't have a right subtree. So we're gonna go to the next letter in the sequence, which tells us to visit this node. So we're gonna visit node 0 and put it in our visited list. Because all of the letters now are highlighted in the sequence, we're gonna go back to the node that called node 0. So node 5 called node 0, so we're gonna go back to the node 5 and see what letter is not highlighted. The letter V is not highlighted, so V means visit. So we're gonna visit node 5 and put it in our visit list. Now, because node 5 is completely done, we go back to node 10. Node 10 tells us to go to the right. So we're gonna go to the right of node 10, which starts with node negative 9. So node negative 9 tells us to go to the left, but we don't have a left subtree for node negative 9. Therefore, we're gonna go to the next letter in the sequence. The next letter in the sequence tells us to go to the right. So we're gonna go to the right subtree of node negative 9, and we're gonna see that in the right subtree we have node 3. So node 3 now tells us to go to the left subtree, but as you see, we don't have a left subtree, so we're gonna execute the next letter in the sequence. The next letter in the sequence is the letter R, so we're gonna go to the right of node negative 9. So to the right of node negative 9, as you see, we have the node with the data 3 in it. So node with the data 3 tells us to go to the left first. So we're gonna go to the left subtree of node 3, but we don't have a left subtree. So we're gonna look at the next letter in the sequence, which tells us to go to the right. So we don't have a right subtree for node 3. So we're gonna execute the next letter in the sequence, which tells us to visit this node. So we're gonna visit node 3 and put it in our visit list. Because all of the letters now are highlighted, we're gonna go back to the node that called node 3. So we're gonna go back to node negative 9, and we're gonna visit node negative 9. We put in our visit list. Now, because all of the letters on top of node negative 9 are highlighted, we're gonna go back to the node that called node -9. So we're gonna go back to node 10. Node 10 tells us to visit, so we're gonna visit node 10 and we put it in our visited list. And that is how we do a post order traversal. As you see, if you do the pre-order traversal, the in-order traversal, and the post-order traversal, you're gonna get different sequence of numbers. So I highly encourage you to do all of those traversals and just compare your answer with me. The next thing that I will show you is a quick way of doing the same problem. So what you need is to put a T on top of each of the nodes that you have in the tree, and call the left side of the T pre, call the middle side of the T in, and call the right side of the T post. Now let's see how it works. Now you're gonna put the T on top of each node in your graph, and you're gonna start from the left side of node 10, which is the root of the tree, and make a tight outline of our graph. So we're gonna start from the left side of node 10, which is the root of the tree, and make a tight outline of our graph. Now, as you see, if you want to find the pre-order traversal, you're gonna, whenever you cut the line with the word pre in it, you're gonna mark that node as visited and put it into your visit list. So if you want to do a pre-order traversal, if we start from the left side of node 10, which is the root of our tree, we're gonna first put the node 10 into our visit list, because the first pre-word that we cut is gonna be the one that is belonging to the left side of node 10. Now the next pre that we are gonna cut is gonna be belonging to node 5. So the next thing that we put in our pre-order traversal visited list is gonna be node 5. As we follow this line, we're going to see that the next node that we're going to see for our pre-order traversal is going to be node -5, then it's going to be node 0, then it's going to be node -9, then it's going to be node 3, and we're done. So that is how you would do a pre-order, post-order, and in-order traversal.